You want to do something amazing for your portfolio, your Instagram, in the blink of an eye? Well. Bear with me, because this effect is one of the easiest things that you are going to create throughout your graphic design career.
Kinetic Type Series by Hulk79.
So let's start from scratch. I have this typography here, this text layer. It is set in interregular. That comes with Cavalry, and the nice thing is that it is a variable type or font, better said. So step one, I'm going to get it into a duplicator here, okay, and the duplicator comes with the free version of Cavalry. So double click on the duplicator, and in the distribution it needs to be set to point. Okay, let's leave the count at 3 for the moment. And I'm going to create the animation. The animation needs to be created on the duplicator itself. So I'm going to animate the scale and the rotation. Not here on the text scale and rotation, but on the duplicator. And also please pay attention to this, not on the duplicator main parameters, like here in the scale and rotation up there, but if you go down, you need to animate within the duplicator the shape, scale and rotation for the stagger to work properly. Okay, so on the duplicator, not up here, but down on the shape, scale and rotation. So let's go to the beginning. We can link the two parameters of the scale. It's going to be something like 2, for example, in my case. So I create the first keyframe here, and in, for example, let's say frame 30, I'm going to scale it down while holding on Alt or Option on a Mac until the size feels right to me. So yeah, that's that. I'm going to go to the last keyframe and start making the rotation animation like so, and in the beginning it is going to be at 180 degrees. And now I'm going to select all the keyframes, right click, and in Magic Easing I'm going to go for the very slow in, very slow out preset, which is kinda nice. And my animation is there. Really cool. Maybe it's a little bit too fast. I'm going to make it a little bit slower. Now comes the moment where we add the stagger behavior into the duplicator. At the bottom of the parameters or controls, we have this shape time offset. I need to right click here to add a behavior. In this case, we are going for the stagger here. Okay, we click on that. And if we double click on the stagger and we start like, we go to the beginning and hit the spacebar to see right from the get-go how it works. The only parameter that we need to touch here or to change is the maximum parameter. So I'm going to lower it to 2, for example, so that the repetitions are closer. And then double click on the duplicator. I'm going to maximize this effect a lot. In the count, I'm going to go for 22, for example. And then on the stagger, I'm going to keep playing with that. So I want some kind of crazy effect here. So now I am at, in the duplicator, 22 in the count or the repetitions, and in the stagger 12, and that works really nice. Okay, also one thing that's cool to have is like in the text to have an outline that's like the stroke activated. That way like all the words and the letters separate from each other better. And with that, I'm going to start playing with color, you know, because one of the things that I loved doing in the other examples was playing with color. So going into the right part of our interface, in the color panel, I'm going to go not to labels but in the generator tab. In this case, I'm going to grab like the lead color, and you know that in type you can go for different combinations and change the amount here and all. I think this is a pretty fun and funky color palette. So here in the generate button, I'm going to create an array from palette, and this needs to be connected into the field of our text. So this is the field of our text. I need to link the color array or connect it right here. Okay, so now this is really colorful and trippy and psychedelic. I love it. And after creating it, if you go to the color array and you change any of these colors, okay, that's going to be reflected in your duplicator, because this is the color array that's informing or generating the colors. So yeah, after generating it, you can start tweaking it. So I think that was everything. This is an effect that you can have a lot of fun playing with. Like, obviously, you can make any different animation. I loved this combination of scale and rotation because it feels super funky and super psychedelic. But yeah, experiment with it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and you learned some stuff. Remember that I have this Buy Me a Coffee webpage where you can contribute. Thanks for watching this and see you in the next one.
Kinetic Type Series by Hulk 79.